Hello all, let us start with the new topic that is array, which is from your unit number 4. So definition for array is what? It is the finite order collection of homogeneous data. Data means different values. Now what does the finite means? Finite means the data range must be defined. Now the ordered means all the data must be stored in contiguous memory addresses, that means one after another, and the homogeneous means data must be of similar data type. Now all of you know there are different data types. So if I am using any array, so its type is, if its type is integer, that means all the values that I can store in that array are all integers. Now where does this array can use? If you want to store employee data or your student names, in case you can, in that case you can use array. Also if you want to store marks of students or to store the list of numbers or characters, in all that cases we can use arrays. Now how to declare that array or how to use that arrays in our function. So all of you know how to declare any variable. Suppose I am declaring here variable integer a. So this a is my variable name and integer is my data type. That means I can store any integer value at this variable a depending upon its size. So here 12 is the integer value, so it will store at the address of this variable a. But now we have to use array. So suppose if you want to use another value, so in that case, in this case you have to declare another variable. So integer b you can declare as your another variable, so that b can store another second value. So for third value you have to again declare third variable. That means for 10 value, if you want to use 10 values, in that case you will declare like integer a comma b comma c up to so on. So for array, the declaration is like first define a data type, then decide your array name, and then decide length of array. Now array name is like your variable name, so I am declaring here variable name is a, my data type is integer. That means this array can store all data of type integer, and 5 defines the maximum number of values that I can store in this array a. So it can store maximum 5 values at a time. Take this example. Here I am storing values 10, 15, 1, 3 and 5. So the location for that values are like a of 0, a of 1, a of 2, a of 3, a of 4. So a is your variable name and this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the index for this variable address or variable location. Location can be defined as a of 0. So a of 0 contains value 10, a of 1 contains value 15, a of 2 contains value 2 and so on. In same case you can declare array of type float, array of type character. Here float is my data type and AR is my array name, and it can store maximum 20 float values at a time. And this data can store character data maximum 10 characters at a time. This array can be defined into two types. First one is the one dimensional array and second one is the multi-dimensional array. In one dimensional array, each element is represented by a single subscript. These elements are stored in consecutive memory locations like a of 1, a of 2 that we have already seen in last example. So take this example for initializing array or 1D array. So initialization means what? If you initialize any variable is what? Here I am initializing variable a which is of type integer with value 2. So it is called as initialization of variable. But for initialization of array you have to declare multiple values because your array will store multiple values at a time. First of all, the first type is what? Initializing array with all the values. So here my declaration is like integer a of 5 and it is initializing with value 10, 15, 1, 3 and 5. So it will show as like this. And if you perform any operation on these array values, like a of 0 contains value 10 and a of 1 contains value 15. In array, index will start from 0th location. That means the first position or the first element's position is a of 0 and the position for the last element is a of n minus 1, where n is the size of your array. Here my n is 5, so that the location for last element is a of 4 and the location of first element is a of 0. Now your example is what? You are adding a of 0 with a of 1, so this 10 is your a of 0 and this 15 is your a of 1, so addition of these two numbers is equal to 25. Another example is what? A of 4 minus a of 3. Now a of 4 contains value 5 and a of 3 contains value 3, so 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. Another type is what? Partial array initialization. That means if I am declaring array A with size 5 but initializing only two values, that means 10 and 15. So first value is for a of 0 and second value is for a of 1, so all the remaining location will contain value as a 0. Now next type is what? Initialization with 0. Suppose I am declaring variable integer array a with size 5 and initializing it with 0, so all the locations, that is from a of 0 to a of 4, will contains value 0 at initial state. Now how to accept values for these variables? So in case of a single variable, if integer a of 2 is my variable, it is the first step where you can initialize variable a with 2, but if you want to accept this value 2 from the user, in that case you can use scanf function, where you have to write format specifier as a %d and then variable address a. So this variable a will accept any value from the user. In same case, if you want to accept values for arrays, so there are two ways. First way is what? You can directly initialize values for that variable, for that array, which we have already seen. But if you want to accept these values from the user, that means you have to use scanf function in all that cases. That means for 5 values you have to write 5 scanf, because position for all the elements are different. So first position is your a of 0, so your scanf function will be like this: scanf %d and store that value at the address of a of 0, which is entered by user. Again for next element you have to again write scanf function %d address of a of 1, and this process will go so on. So the next, now check this example with the help of code blocks. So this is simple program to accept value for variable a. Integer a is the declaration for single variable. So if I want to accept value for variable a in scanf, you have to first write format specifier %d, then address of variable a. Then this printf function is what? It is used to display the value of variable a which I have accept from the user. Now in case of array, what is the change? Here you have to write data type and then your array size. Here 10 is my array size, that means this a can store maximum 10 values of type integer entered by the user. Now write down the instruction to the user, that is enter values for array a. Now in scanf function, what is the change? Here you have to define position for all the elements. So if you write enter value, accept value for a of 0, so where 0 is the index of your array, so first element will store at the address of a of 0. Now for next you can write same statement with another location or with another index, that is a of 1. Now for third you can write another index, that is a of 2, but it is not a feasible process. That means if for 100 elements we cannot write 100 scanf function. So to overcome this drawback we can use for loop. All of you know for loop can execute any statement for multiple times depending upon your condition. So your for loop will start from 0, then it will run for less than 10 and then increase every counter by 1. Why 1? Because first index is 0, then next index is 1 and another index is 2. That means your index value is increasing by 1. So erase all the scanf functions, only first one is there. Then here write, instead of 0 write I. That means where for loop will start from 0. So your first iteration is for I of 0. So first value will store at the address of a of 0. Now it will increase the value by 1. So I will become 1. Then next value will store at the address of a of 1. Now again it will become 2. Then next value will be stored at the address of a of 2. So this process will continues from a of 0 to 9. Here n is equal to 10 and the last index for your array is a of 9. Same will happen with your printf statement. Here write down for I equal to 0, I is equal to 0, then I is less than 10 and I plus plus. Means your printing will start from a of 0. That means this printf will print first value of a of 0, then a of 1 and it will goes up to less than 10, that is n minus 1, which is equal to 9. So last element of your array is at a of 9 and first element of your array is at a of 0. So to print this element I can use /t to check the output for your program. Here it is asking to enter values for array, as this loop will start from 0 and it will continuous up to less than 10. That means I have to enter 10 different values. So this is my input as a user, and now it will shows us the value using this printf function as 4 5 6 7 5 5 4 3 2 3.